Hello, hello. I'm gonna start right away. My name is Masa, aka Mama Say Mama Sa. I feel called to do a live session tonight. I'm located in Germany. Hello, hello. Nice to have y'all here. Welcome, welcome. So I felt called to do a live session tonight. Buongiorno, buongiorno, buenos dias, hola, hello, good evening. Like, I have no idea where y'all located. Guten Abend. So I felt called to do a live session tonight about the Mercury retrograde in combination with the full moon in Cancer. I have lots of thoughts that I want to share with y'all. Oh, hey, sis Soya. So much love to you to Pakistan. How are you? God bless you too. Nice to have you here. I have so many things that I want to share with the collective. And it's going to be an... like I was just saying in my stories, it's going to be an epic one. And then I was just telling to myself, like, why am I speaking something like that? Jimmy, hey, how are you? Wie geht es dir? Bist du in Thailand? So much love to Thailand, to paradise. So, we have very interesting energies in the air. I'm going to talk about that. But in the beginning, I want to see how y'all are feeling these days before I start my channeled messages, because it's going to be a very interesting one. And I'd love to know how are you these days? Are you okay? Are you good? Are you exhausted? Are you chill? How do you feel? I can say that I am feeling different feelings at the same time. I am a highly sensitive person, so I can tap into the collective. This is why I felt called to do a collective reading tonight. And we have the full moon in Cancer tonight. For the people who don't even know a lot about planets and stuff, I can imagine that you still can tell that you feel different when it's full moon in comparison to like new moon or something like that. So the full moon in Cancer today is probably bringing up emotions, thoughts, feelings that have been hidden, and it's possible that you feel more emotional than usual. And I'm here to tell you that it is okay to feel these feelings. My zodiac sign is in Cancer, and I'm a moon child, so I just want to let you know that it is totally okay to to struggle every now and then, but at the same time finding a beautiful balance when it comes to these things. I have also prepared some cards, oracle cards, and starseed cards and something like that. And I would recommend that you make yourself comfortable. Connect to, like, if you have the possibility, if you are like sitting on the ground or wherever you are sitting, or like on the bed, on the couch, wherever, maybe you are having a walk. Hello, hello. Ah, Tina, bist du das? Nice to have you here. I'm gonna continue this one in English, and on the other page it's always in German. So make yourself comfortable, grab yourself something to drink, a tea, a water, whatever, and then let me know how you feel and if you have any questions. So what I can say also in connection, like when it's in combination with the Mercury retrograde, is it started on Friday. And I can say that I have been doing my research on these planets and astrological stuff since a while. I am not a professional, but I'm very interested in these things. And I just feel called to share what I receive, like as messages. What I'm feeling these days right now is I can speak for myself, and you let me know if you're feeling the same. I am feeling ascension symptoms when it comes to a shift. So the body, mind, and spirit is connected. And you don't need to be a spiritual person 24/7 when you are feeling stuff that is happening, when you are a highly sensitive person. Hello, hello, nice to have you here. So I'm gonna just continue, okay? So do you feel okay? Like how are your shoulders these days? Super random. How is your neck? How does your heart feel? How do you breathe these days? Are you having a relaxed way of breathing? Or do you realize that you could maybe like really focus on a healthy way of breathing so you can ground yourself, connect to the divine and Mother Nature to create a balance? I can speak for myself. I've realized today that I haven't been breathing consciously these days. Lots of things are in the air, you know, like the whole collective is going through crazy times. I can say it's a feeling of rising like a phoenix, death, rebirth, a caterpillar that is like in its cocoon and then surrendering to the journey, and it's soon, you know, like we are feeling that we are close to spread our wings and fly. At the same time, we are going through darkness, and you know, like no one has really taught us how to shine our own lights. It's you know, like the crazy duality of fear and love and darkness and light and craziness and what is normal. Like so many things are in the air, and I'm here to show you, if you let me, that it is possible to create a safe space, to find balance, to shine your light in times of darkness. And even though we are in the beginning of the so-called new year, yes, we are in the so-called month January, and the New Year's Eve has been like 2 weeks ago. But what I can tell you is that in other tribes, cultures, ancient places, the new year is on the very first day of spring, on March, like 20th, 21st of March. This is like the culture that I grew up with. Why am I telling you this? Is that it is possible that the whole hype about yay, it's New Year's and this year is gonna be better and blah blah blah, you know, like sometimes when it is so loud and you are just finding yourself like, but I don't feel like being hyped right now. You know what I mean? How do you feel? Like, be honest to yourself. The Cancer zodiac sign is a zodiac sign that is very honest when it comes to feelings, emotions, and vulnerability, connected to the moon when it is dark, like hidden feelings that we are not showing everyone. And are you okay with being your true authentic self? Question, feel free to react. Feel free to ask me questions. And do you feel free to be yourself? Everything that is happening around us, are you, on what kind of frequency are you vibrating? Are you watching the news? If so, is it good for you, or do you realize that it's better to maybe detach from specific frequencies to create a healthy peace of mind? These are questions that I'm just sharing with the collective. And yeah, like feel free to breathe within, like to breathe within me. Not within me, within yourself, with me. 3 times. You breathe in through the nose and then you breathe out through the mouth. So we connect to the ground, we ground ourselves. And then we connect also to the sky, to the universe. Hello, goddess. How are you? Nice to have you here. So much love to New Jersey. So let's have some conscious breaths. Okay, like feel free to just like vibe with us. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. 3 times your own timing. Yes, I'm proud of you. Thank you for being here. Feels good to have your frequency here. It's always, oh, hola, Eder. Mi español no es muy perfecto, pero tu inglés es más o menos bueno, ¿sí? We are breathing 3 times. Connecting to Pachamama, so we can connect also to the universe, the star seeds that we are. You are driving, but okay, so feel free to not text me back. Focus on driving, but you can listen. I love that your frequency is here. So, yeah, crazy times that we are all experiencing. Thank you so much for showing up. The world is going through changes, and changes bring, not everyone is open-minded to get out of comfort zones to make changes and magic happen. I find myself there too. At the same time, when we allow ourselves to vibrate higher, even if the frequency around us is dense and heavy, it is possible, higher frequencies, higher dimensions are really it's not a place, it's not a physical place, it's more a dimension, a realm that we create. So our spirit is preparing us to create it in the physical realm. Hola, ¿qué tal? Nice to have you here, encantada. And because body, mind, and spirit is connected, it all, the thought is the ancestor of every action. It starts with how we are creating our own little sacred world, Yes, it is possible that lots of people are right now on low frequency, fear, that they are struggling. I am praying for the people who are not feeling well, I am praying for the people who are in fear, who are, maybe panicking or something like that. At the same time, oh, hey, beautiful, nice to have you here. At the same time, it is our job. If you feel called to, do something to make this better, to make this world a better place, are you realizing that you are not the only one? I mean, this is the beauty of the internet right now, the World Wide Web. You don't have to do this all by yourself. It is a team play. Hello. Thank you all for being here. See, it is a team play. So when one person starts to be yes, I'ma shine my light. If the other person is yes, I'm going to do it too. And then when we are 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, then when we are spread all over the planet, different locations, okay? We have people here from Asia and Germany and the United States, South America, Africa, Australia, we can all connect to all continents. When you find yourself looking at the world from a bigger picture and see the beauty of being spread all over the planet to raise the frequency, when you open up your heart to connect to other people on the same mission, then you realize that you are not alone in this. Let's breathe into that. It is beautiful that we are not alone on this journey. This is the blessing in disguise of the Rona situation. You know what I mean? I love you, sis. I hope that these are tears of joy. Yeah, really, sis. Imagine you are over there in New Jersey. I'm over here in Germany. But we are right now, same space, same time. Even though you are over there in daytime and I'm over here in nighttime. Time is an illusion still. You know, when we are saving these lives and someone else is gonna like go back 2 weeks from now. And then it's just like, yeah, I am vibing with that frequency too. Then this even shows that the past can still be the present and the future. This is how you can see yourself as a time traveler also. The realities that the system, society, schools, books, whatever, like have taught us don't need to be our reality just because they have been the reality of the people who have raised us or taught us stuff. We are currently creating the new world, we are experiencing a paradigm shift. This paradigm shift is possible when you believe in it, when you allow yourself to walk by faith and not by sight. Imagine people who are blind. They can still see, maybe not with their physical eyes like us, but their third eye is actually very powerful. People like, I have heard just months ago that the pianist, my favorite pianist, Beethoven, who was he was playing the Moonlight Sonata. I have played his music, on the piano when I was 20. I was addicted. Actually, people hated me because it was so heavy, and very melancholic. But yeah, I had no idea that he was deaf. He couldn't hear while he was doing the compositions. I have heard this quote that says, silence is the language of the gods. When we meditate, when we allow ourselves to enjoy silence, then we feel how powerful we are. So yes, it is sad that we can't have the celebrations like we used to. Don't get me wrong. I have lots of compassion and empathy for that it's not the same like it used to when it comes to socializing. I feel it. I am in self-isolation since forever over here. At the same time, when we look at it from the bigger picture, spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, when we are experiencing ego deaths, resurrections, and the old has to die so the new can birth, you know what I mean? We are I was just talking to this woman the other day on the phone, and I was like, I just feel as if I would kind of give birth to my new self. As if this rebirth is happening through a pregnancy, but it's kind of like the new me. Do you know what I mean? Does this resonate? Hey Queen, how are you? Nice to have you here. And we have people here, we have goddesses here who know what the physical birth means, pregnant and stuff. At the same time, you can also feel elevation, exactly, powerful, yes. And you can also experience spiritual pregnancy. You can also, when you see yourself as an artist, when you create something, this is also, the creation happens when you are allowing yourself to be passionate, using your sacral chakra, and then flow in, and do something that you feel called to. And that is beautiful. Hey Katie Goddess, how are you? So much love. Are you in Los Angeles? Nice to have you. Yes, shedding, kind of like a snake, shedding our old skin, allowing ourselves to rebirth. How can we rebirth? It's only possible when we let go of everything that's no longer serving us. Are we ready to let go of everything that's no longer serving us? Really, really. Let's feel into this. I have some questions for y'all. Questions that I'm asking myself, okay? When you vibrate higher, when you allow yourself to heal, when you allow yourself to have joy and fun on the ascension healing journey, it's very important to vibrate higher. You know, like, yes, it's okay to go down the rabbit hole, you know, and find your light and darkness. At the same time, it's important to balance. When you find yourself that you are feeling better, do you realize that the more healed you are, the more sensitive you become to low frequencies that you have been immune to before you have been where you are now? Do you know what I mean? What I mean is, when you are highly sensitive and you used to talk to lots of people back in the days, you know, because it was normal to you, you know, like the people pleaser that you have been, you know, because we want to love everyone and make this world a better place, you know, yeah, always being available, always saying yes when someone is asking us. So, my question to you, have you realized that when you are healing and vibrating higher, that the frequency that you have been immune to is changing now? And now you're just like, there is this frequency that I don't like right now. How can I communicate this to the people that I grew up with? My family, my friends, the people that I'm vibing with, at work, wherever. Do you know what I mean? Hey God, it's nice to have you here. Just join. We are talking about when you are vibrating higher, shifting the paradigm shift, when you are letting go of frequencies and energies that are no longer serving you. How do you feel in your daily life? Like how can you make it normal and not hurt other people and still set healthy boundaries? This is something that I wanted to share today with the collective, because I have realized that the lighter I shine, the more, and I'm happy that you are here, love. We connected also with the Oshun frequency, right? Oshun is this goddess, the Orisha from the Yoruba, and she is beautiful, okay? Like, she has the color yellow, and she stands for divine feminine and being sensual and shining her light, being, you know, like sexy and having a glow and being an empress. When you are a divine feminine, do you allow yourself to be a goddess, to be a queen, and not only with, you know, like 2-3 friends? Do you allow yourself to embody this frequency in your daily life? When you do this, how do people in your normal life react? Still embracing it all, learning so much. Yes, sis. I'm serious, because I can't have these talks with the people that I grew up with. You know, like, sometimes it hurts to let go of everything that you fear to lose. But we can't force everyone to come on our journey just because we are at a frequency and we want them to be at this happy frequency too, but maybe they are struggling with something different right now and they are busy with other stuff. You know, we can't force everyone to vibe on the same frequency. How can we find a bridge? They disconnected. Yeah, exactly. And this is what I'm realizing. I am sometimes very unapologetically, for some people, like they think that I would be ice cold when I am the one actually burning bridges and disconnect, because this is something that I also do. Is when I'm realizing, like, sometimes for other people it feels like I am doing it out of nowhere, but I'm actually like loving, you know, like when I love you so hard, and I can imagine that you know what I mean. I can, like, the people who are here, I feel that this resonates. When we love hard, people who are important to us, we overlove, we overgive, we overnurture, we overcare. We are there, you know, like. It's like, I want you to be happy. But some people are on a different path. some people feel comfortable in their comfort zone. It is possible that your light, that your frequency, your energy actually triggers the shit out of you. It is possible that they hate you. It is possible that they hate you and that you feel it. Do you feel it? I feel it. I feel it. I've always felt it, to be honest. I have made the decision to step into my own light without feeling guilty about it now, for the highest good of all. It's not about me. This is something that people don't realize. They think that I do this to have attention. They're just like, oh, there she goes again. She's always doing these things because she wants to have attention. If people would realize actually how shy I am in daily life. I am someone, I used to dim my light all of my life because I didn't want people to hate me, because I felt that other people wanted to have the scene, you know, like the stage. And I was always like, yo, the stage is yours. And then I found myself being a cheerleader, being a motivational coach, and then say, yes, 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 you know, like I grew up behind the scenes. Actually, like I have done so many jobs behind the scenes, and also in my family, you know, like being surrounded by musicians, artists, this, that. And yeah, thank you, sis. Exactly. Of course you feel me. I know. And when we find ourselves being always behind the scenes and always cheering others, do you know what happens? We dim our own light, and we are doing no one a favor with hiding ourselves. So I am here to remind you, your light is here for the highest good of all. You hiding yourself is doing no one a favor. You know what? When you are hiding yourself and you are dimming your light, the people who have been, you know, like triggering survival patterns and trauma, blah, blah, blah. Yes, exactly. You forget yourself. You forget yourself, and then you come short. Exactly. Thank you. And then you are sad, and then you are frustrated, and then you find yourself maybe even being passive aggressive, and then you find yourself being angry at those people. But actually you are angry at yourself. And then you are angry because you are so highly sensitive. You have dimmed your light because you didn't want others to be mad at you, because you wanted them to be happy. Do you understand the dilemma that I'm trying to put in words? It's not easy. So when we are finding ourselves in the energy of Cancer, full moon in Cancer, you know, I'm a Cancerian. Like, it is my job to connect you to your nurturing, mothering, feeling home, taking care of others frequency. You don't have to be a Cancer girl to have Cancer, you know, like energies, you know, like it is a divine feminine energy. It is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like men can have these feelings too. At the same time, the moon, the feelings, and the ocean during darkness can also bring triggers up, especially during the Mercury retrograde. So when we shine our light and when this is triggering the shit out of other people because they are not comfortable to shine their own light. We have been there too. You know, we are all in this together. So it is something that for the highest good of all, it is our job to find a way to create a happy frequency on the baby steps of from bittersweet to glittersweet. Hello, Mr. Sliftmeister. Nice to have you here. California, right? So the thing is that I have realized that this feeling of sometimes when people are passive aggressive, when we have found ourselves passive aggressive because of dimming lights, whatever, you know, like today it's all about light and shadow and, you know, like embracing it so we can vibrate higher to make this world a better place during challenging times. And when we trigger the shit out of other people, it is our job actually now to take our power back and realize, what if it is our job to, now I'm gonna say something, but psst, don't tell anyone. It is difficult for me too to say it. What if we have leadership skills? Have you ever thought about this? That when you are born into a world, you don't fit in it. It's because you are here to create a new one. When we are surrounded by lots of people who are scared because they are on low frequency. Yes, and then the darkness arrives, toxicity, exactly. And this is something that we are worldwide currently experiencing. Darkness, heaviness, dense. I can say my shoulders these days, my neck, my heart, like my heart chakra, my throat chakra, I feel as if there has been a block, like, you know, like body, mind and spirit is connected, and breathing has been difficult for me. So I had to force myself to breathe. I have the feeling that this ascension that we are, you know, like these are ascension symptoms. So when we are vibrating higher, you know, like Shiva Shakti, as above, so below, as within, so without. When we are shedding our skin, when we are letting go of everything that's no longer serving us, we have to say goodbye to the old. Also saying goodbye to the old us. Are you ready to say goodbye to the old you? The old you that when you see friends that you used to like grow up with 20 years ago, and then you meet them on the street or you are connecting with them on the social media, and then they are just like, you have always been like that. And then you just find yourself like, no, I'm different now, you know, like my growth game is strong. Hey, beautiful, nice to have you here. You know? And then they just like, oh, you changed. Why are you like this now? And then you just like, yeah, I have found a way to respect myself. Lots of people actually have taken advantage of me being a people pleaser, saying yes when I used, you know, like when I had to say no actually, and my self-worth game is strong now. And then it is possible when you grow, when you step into your own light, when you allow yourself to call yourself queen and goddess and king and god. You know what I mean? Like, let's speak king language. What is so wrong about that? Why is it okay when you are listening to music and they are using the N and the B word all the time? And when you are choosing to say, hey queen, how are you? Hey goddess, how are you? And then people are like, oh, look at them. They are so arrogant. They think that they are something better. Now they are me. You know what I mean? I found myself being insecure when I started to identify myself with the goddess journey. I had a bad conscience about that. That's not good, guys. They are shocked. New era of me, ascension. They are shocked. They don't get it. They ignore their calling. Brainwash. People do not support goddess language. Exactly. Thank y'all for feeling me. Love y'all. So when I heard, like when I started to feel this goddess frequency for the very first time, little mini story, I used to be in a relationship with someone who is a Christian, and he knew that I'm a shaman. And when I realized that I am connecting to this goddess journey, there was something, long story, we broke up because he was telling me that he believes that I would go to hell when I die because I am not washed and saved with Jesus' blood. We are not gonna go down this rabbit hole because I'm super over there. But religious factors are real, okay? This is what I'm trying to say. So when a woman, a womb man, a divine feminine, in a man's world, during the divine feminine rising, is allowing herself to be confident, to say, I love myself. Yes, I think that I'm beautiful. Yes, I smile at myself when I look into my own mirror. I call myself goddess. Yes, I call myself queen. I am 37 over here. It took me 35 years, okay? My goddess journey started when I was 35. I wish that I would have started this journey when I was a teenager, when I had my first cycle, you know what I mean? Instead of being ashamed of it. The divine feminine is beautiful. We should stop, and it's not only the women. So yes, we have also kings. Nice to have you here, who are also open-minded to embrace their vulnerability, because the yin-yang within us, when you are a woman, you are not only divine feminine, you also have the divine masculine within you. When you are a man, you are not only divine masculine, you also have the divine feminine within you. We all have yin-yang within us, the light and the dark. So the divine feminine is passive. The divine masculine is active. The divine masculine is the sun energy, fire, sun, God's sun. And let's do it with the right hand, okay? Because it's our right side. And the divine feminine is our left side, connected with the heart, to the moon, okay? So when it's dark, like during darkness, we feel. The moon sees what we feel. The sun sees what we do, okay? So when the sun is shining, it's everything that we see. Like the physical realm, the third dimension. This is why men actually can connect more to the physical realm. It's easier for them. And for us women, it's like, but we feel it though. I can't explain it. I just feel it. It's my intuition. Because we have a womb. There's a difference. And I love men who are open-minded enough to listen to a woman when she's sharing these things without calling her a crazy feminist who hates men, because I don't. I love them. I am actually emancipating myself from emancipation. I don't like the way that passive-aggressive emancipating feminists are totally destroying the divine feminine journey, because the divine feminine is classy. Like she got style. And I don't know, man. Let's see what you're saying. Religion as a construct for totalitarianism. Just watch it. Yes, exactly. Yes, being ridiculed as I disconnected from. Oh, wow. Yes. So where are you located in the States? Like, this is very interesting to me, because so I grew up in Germany. The way that Christianity is over here in Europe is different than people who are in the States. Like the history of the Americans is different than the history of Europeans. So it is very interesting to see how, but still, like, religious factors are real. But it depends on the culture you have, like that you grew up in, and your ancestral lineage, your karma. And are you ready to leave your karma in the past so we can alchemize it to dharma? You know what I mean? This is also like letting go of everything that's no longer serving us so we can leave it in the past, because there can be miracles when you believe. Okay? Georgia! I wanted to say it. The Bible Belt. The story that I've experienced with that the person believes that I would go to hell when I die is that person was raised from people from Georgia. Georgia, the Bible Belt, is something. I believe that I was there in my past life, because I connect a lot, this is so interesting to me, because I got so much love for people who are there. I think that we're definitely on the same journey. So you must know, I was born in Iran. It's like during the time when I was born, there was war. And then they have forced the people the Islam, like it wasn't religious like that, but because of politics, people had to become like Muslims, even though they have been Christians, Jews, or maybe like not even believing in religion at all, maybe Buddhists, whatever. So this is why we escaped that country and came to Germany. And this goddess journey that I'm on, this queen journey that I'm on, at the same time being a shaman, being a priestess, storytelling, and shining my light now, even though I got rejected and hated and, like all of my life. So this is how I have become a loner, because people have portrayed me as the villain and the black sheep and, like the problem and, so I am taking my power back now, and I'm realizing that I can't victimize myself all of my life. Are you ready to let go of the concept of victimizing yourself? Feel into that. I have been there. I have been a queen of playing the blame game. Like you have to allow yourself to look at your own shadows. When you want to stand in your own light, it is very important that you have the balls to stand in your own shadows. Are you honest to yourself? Yes, my family thinks I'm crazy. Let them think that you're crazy. Crazy is the new normal. To me, everything that is not crazy, like I feel sorry for people who don't allow themselves to be crazy. That is mental slavery to me. I have the feeling that the more free we are, this is actually the problem. That it is intimidating and triggering insecurities within others, and then they realize that they are in mental prisons, but they don't know how to get out of that, because birds who are born in cages think that flying is an illness, right? So when someone like Maya Angelou writes a book and calls it I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings, or someone like Alicia Keys sings the same song, like with this, like not the same song, but she has a song, it's called I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. So she sings, they don't know how I feel inside. Through my smile I cry. They don't know what they do to me, keeping me from flying. And that's why I say that I know why the caged bird sings. Only joy comes from song. She's so rare and beautiful to others. Why not just set her free? I'm not a singer, so she can fly, fly, fly. So when I was 20, I was listening to this song and I cried oceans, 'cause it resonated deep within me. I always felt like a caged bird. I always knew that I have wings to fly. But everyone around me, every time when I was about to spread my wings and fly, people came and started to cut my feathers off and saying, that's too much. Don't be like this and don't be like that. That is too loud. This is not good enough. That is too much. So whatever I did, I always got criticized. And when you are an empath, when you are a reflection to the people who love you and you love back, it is possible, because they don't like to look into their own mirror, that you are actually like, you know what I mean? Like, this topic goes down the rabbit hole. So are you ready to let go of the caged bird feeling? Are you ready to let go of being frustrated that people hate you when you shine your light? This is my question today. Because the world needs you. The world needs you. we are doing no one a favor with dimming our light to keep the people around us comfortable, because we are triggering their demons. We also have demons. Everyone is dealing with whatever, this is something that lots of people don't get. I never thought that I would be something better than someone else. I have the feeling that none of you is the same. Like the people who I'm vibing with, the frequency of arrogance is actually the opposite of being confident. When you know who you are, you don't have to play a role. When you are your true, authentic self, you don't want to impress people. You know what I mean? Like when you are free, when you don't care what people think, you're actually not arrogant at all. You found peace in who you are. Why is this threatening to others instead of inspiring? Isn't it crazy that close people can, and this is super random, okay? Like the social media stuff. Do you find yourself sometimes asking yourself how come that your close people are liking everyone else's content but never yours? Random. They can be in your stories every day but would never give you credit for your growth, or like maybe you have done something that has been beautiful and inspiring. Like, you know what I mean? Isn't that weird? Why is this spying game so normal these days? It's super awkward. It's so awkward, guys. No one is talking about it. I'm talking about it. I see people every day in my story. I know these people. I grew up with them. We've been close, And why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to give a like, to react, to say, interesting, I like that, never thought of that. You know why? Because they just don't want to. They just don't want to. Are you okay with letting them being passive aggressive about your growth? Are you ready to find grace and laugh at it without being frustrated? Because we can't expect others to be the way that we are. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that people are wondering why I am not that available like I used to. But the way that I'm reading energy, I have to be very cautious with whom I am exchanging energy with. You say no communication. Yeah, sis, I'm over here like totally went MIA on lots of people. I can imagine that they take it personal when I can be on social media every day. But I have the feeling that not everyone is getting our mission. Maybe they are on a different mission, you know what I mean? But when you are Starseed, when you are here to help to create, to make this world a better place for you and for me and the entire human race, Mama say, Michael Jackson. Ooh. Sorry, like sometimes I have these moments. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, guys. I am. And I believe that he was a starseed. And I know that lots of people were hating on him because of whatever. And I don't want to have these talks, like we don't do that. I don't want to have the conspiracy blah, because like when we start that, there are so many other celebrities that I could go down the rabbit hole, but I just don't want to. But isn't it crazy that those people who don't want to see you win, who don't want to support you on your journey, even though they act like your friends, they act like your family, and they are spying on you every day, how come that these people can support pages that already have millions of supporters? Isn't that weird? I'm just trying, So what I'm trying to say is, let's not care about that, because this is just something that I used to care. I take my power back and then I focus on people on the same mission. I feel called to pull a card from the Starseed Oracle deck. So feel free to tune your energy in this. Let's see what the channeled message is. And also, like when it comes to the full moon today, allowing ourselves to feel the feelings. I can say that I feel how my divine feminine and divine masculine, the yin yang within me, is balancing, and it hurts sometimes because it's triggering old wounds that need some love and light, that I used to hide from myself sometimes. So I have realized that the way that I'm protecting my inner peace over here sometimes is also trauma response, because I am so highly sensitive, and I had to become my own protector. You know what I mean? I had to become my own security. I had to become my own father and mother and brother and partner and, all of that, because I'm all by myself. So I sometimes find myself feeling lonely, and because, having hugs is rare over here when you are in self-isolation. But the journey that we are on, the ascension, the age of Aquarius, connecting worldwide, is so powerful, because when you feel alone, this is like the step before you realize it's all one, oneness, Ubuntu. And as the starseeds that we are, being on this mission, we actually, it's time to take this responsibility. You know what I mean? Activating our superpowers. Really. When you grew up with watching movies and you've always been inspired of these, dope superpower people, whichever it was. Why is it so difficult for people to make science fiction real? To me, actually, my life is like a fairy tale. My life is like a movie. My life is like a science fiction, I don't need to watch TV shows. Because when you allow yourself to realize that we are in this on, multi-dimensional levels, it's actually beautiful. And then you realize that this journey called life is actually beautiful. And another question, letting go of everything that's no longer serving us. Are you ready to allow yourself to let go of complaining? Question mark. Question. Do you find yourself complain? If so, do you realize in that moment that you are doing it? Can you take your power back and try to make it a positive frequency? The people that you surround yourself with, the people that you talk to on the phone, the people that you text with, on what kind of frequency are they? Do you listen when someone else is gossiping about blah, 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 this and that person that you know or probably don't know? Or do you stop them and say, you know what? I don't want to talk about people. We don't do that. You know what I mean? All of this is important when you are cleansing. When you are letting go of frequencies. Oh, wow, yes, I do realize sometimes I do. Yeah, we all do. We've all been there. You know what I mean? It's so important that we realize that we are all in this together, and talking bad about ourselves or bad about others is not goddess-like. Queens don't do that. You know what I mean? It's time to man and woman the fuck up. Even when we've done that, when we've been teenagers, because we haven't been confident back then. But we grown-ups now, you know what I mean? When we see that other people are doing it, even our moms and our aunties or grandmothers or something like that, when you are born into your family as the generational curse breaker, It is possible that you are actually raising your mom and your grandma and your aunties and your other people, you know? It's possible, guys. Like, I'm over here triggering the shit out of my mom and my aunties and my grandmother. I distanced myself and I got love for them, you know, and we found a way to be peaceful. But sometimes I'm just shocked about their toxic patterns. But it's not even their fault because psychology hasn't been so normalized like it is today. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we are cleansing our ancestral lineage, past lives, this life from now on till infinity and beyond, the culture, the city where we are living. Your frequency matters. You have, you know, like you have a responsibility. Own it. It's beautiful. You know? It's actually beautiful. When you realize how powerful you are, and you don't have to be aggressive about it. I used to be someone, back in the days, I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel seen because I had to dim my frequency. And I'm actually someone, I'm very passionate. I can be very loud. I can also be very quiet. Don't get me wrong. But the energy that I have, you know, like sometimes I just have this energy. And what I hate is when I'm surrounded by people who give me the feeling that I have to censor my energy. Because to me, this is also, I don't feel free. And I have realized that, you know, like there are different people, and I am done with trying so hard to be good enough for people that I will never be good enough for. You know what I mean? I am done with giving my best to dim myself, to not be too much for people who don't have the capacity for me. Because maybe these people are not my tribe. I can find a way to coexist with them. But when you can like resonate with my channeled blah message that I'm just freestyling over here right now, you feeling me? Are you? Are you feeling me, yo? This is just something that Aliyah, wow, yeah. So imagine when I was 16, Aliyah died. Aliyah was someone, she was a natural beauty. She had this heart of gold. Everyone loved her. And she was never doing competition. She never had this arrogance about her. And she had this angelic frequency. You know, I mean, like, who was not sad when she died? I mean, like, hello? The thing is that the celebrities today that are, I think that it's also even written in the Bible. Thou shalt not worship false idols. Be careful what kind of music you are listening to. When you have the choice between blah, 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 blah and Lauryn Hill, pick Lauryn Hill. I don't want to shame other musicians, you know, because we don't do that. We don't want to talk bad about whoever. But when you have the choice, do you listen to Bob Marley or do you listen to like music where people are superficial and low frequency and like hating on each other and are being disrespectful? You know what I mean? Like, this is the vibe that becomes your normal. This is, you know, like I am so sensitive to these things. This also happens. And then at the same time, I think it's good when you balance. Don't get me wrong. Like, I am not perfect over here. You know, like I grew up with hip hop, you know what I mean? But when I listen to hip hop, I listen to Tupac. I listen to Tupac. I'm still listening to Tupac. Like, it's timeless. I don't know why people don't. You know what I mean? Like, I was born in 84 and like I love the music that I grew up with. I boycott so many musicians these days. I don't judge people who are listening to the musicians these days, but when you really do your research, when you ask me, the frequency is on purpose on low frequency to make people not, but yeah, the session is not about that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. When it is about being a starseed, today I just felt called to activate your inner light. And not only being this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, okay? Not only being twinkle, twinkle, little star, na, 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 na. This is something, we've been there. It's time to shine bright like a diamond. Okay, you can sing it in a Rihanna way, whatever, but shine bright like a diamond as fuck. With gold, and the sun, and the stars, and the moon. Glow, allow yourself to glow. Not because you think that you are something better than others, because I know that you don't, but when you feel that other people think that you could, forgive them, for they know not what they do. It's possible that other topic, shadow work, jealousy. The topic jealousy is something that people don't like to talk about. We've all been there. Jealousy is a topic that is uncomfortable, but we can alchemize it. Hello, beautiful soul, whoever you are, welcome. When you alchemize the frequency of jealousy, and when you don't judge it, okay? Judgment is not good. Only God, only God can judge us. Is when you feel that someone else is irritated by your light because you allow yourself to be beautiful, to bloom, to glow, to be successful, to do your, to do your calling. That is actually your divine purpose. When you realize that we are all children of God, we are all children of the universe, we are all, from the stars, connected to, Mother Nature is our home now, located on planet Earth. When you allow yourself to shine your light, and other people are reacting as if you are taking something away from them, because they think that when you shine, they would stand in your shadow, then you can forgive them, because they seem to have the topic of lack mentality, scarcity, the feeling of not being good enough, insecurities. Maybe they have been raised by parents or older siblings or a culture or at school, whatever, trauma, childhood trauma. This feeling of not being good enough, and when someone else is doing something, that person is having more attention, and this person thinks, in the end, we all just want to be seen. We all just want to be heard. We want to feel that we belong to someone, and we want to feel loved. We want to feel worthy, and we want to feel, the feeling of the need of validation is a lack of a divine masculine father figure in our life. I don't know if it's okay when I'm talking about that, because this might hurt, I should have said trigger warning. But I've been there, This is something that the divine masculine, if it's a man, if it's a father or not, the divine masculine is very important when it comes to success, when it comes to provide, when it comes to also, being powerful, being, everything that we like to feel, to feel secure. You know what I mean? And then when we are feeling that we are not good enough because we haven't been good enough at school, the way that our parents were raised in the old paradigm was that they thought that you have to be special to deserve to be loved. But this is the past. We are letting go of that. Are we ready to forgive our parents that they didn't know better? Are we ready to forgive our grandparents and our culture and the system, realizing that this is a topic that goes down the rabbit hole and is also political, and we shouldn't take it personal? Are we ready to let go of grief? Are we ready to realize that we don't even need to forgive because hate, guilt, fear, and shame is only an illusion? And it's the side effect of mental slavery, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Are you ready to free your mind? And the rest will follow. You know what I mean? Listen to dope music, y'all. So, channeled message from the Starseed deck is: you are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. This is how it looks. We were talking about this. Let me see what the booklet says. Hello, beautiful soul. Nice to have you here. I just pulled a card from the Starseed Oracle deck and it says, you are not alone. Maybe you like Michael Jackson and know the song You Are Not Alone. I am here with you. Shout out to you. Nice to have you here. So let's see what this here means. You are not alone. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many starseeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra or find it hard being human. You say, who, me? I'm alone in a hotel room. Enjoy it. Being alone in a hotel room can actually be super beautiful. So, many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. We talked about that. However, we must remember that we are not here to go about this life alone. We are all in this together. Exactly. We are all one. You can change the alone into all one. Oneness, Ubuntu. Humans are pack animals, and we all need the love, company, and support of others. Ashe. Both emotionally and physically. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of things like social media, with so many people knowing our news. What is it doing to our auric field? Good question. Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of physical community and touch. The main message of this card is to step out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life. I'm laughing. I think that this is a loud message. Wow. To replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearby or having a regular catch-up walk with someone. In what ways can you open yourself up to the people who are physically in your life? Those you truly know. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How can you reach out to people in your life physically? Wow. Did that resonate? I can say, guys, I grew up in a big family and I'm in self-isolation since forever, so I haven't received a hug since I don't know when. Like, really, I believe that hugs are healthy. They are important for our immune system. And one hug should at least last more than 10 seconds. When you have the chance to hug people around you, do it. Breathe into it. Connect with your heart to that person. It doesn't always have to be romantically, okay? Please pull a card for me, considering changing career and would love some. Okay, would love some insight. Okay, let's do it. When it comes to career. So let's do a little. So you have the choice. Do you want to have the Egyptian way, like Kemetic one, or ethereal one, or Yoruba Orishas, or traditional? Thank you, love, for the virtual hug. Oh, thank y'all. Yeah, I'm receiving it. Now, really, like, I really feel in my heart chakra these days that it was as if it was a stuck feeling. And I feel, okay, you get the Orisha. So, this is the Orishas deck. I'ma charge it. You said when it comes to career and stuff, right? I'ma pull 3 cards for you, and then I'm gonna clarify it with the Oracle deck, and then you tell me if you wanna have the Shamanic Oracle deck or the Starseed Oracle deck, okay? So you get some cards, and because you are a divine masculine, right? This is beautiful. I love the balance. So you definitely have mermaids and Ogun. Ogun is an Orisha and he protects you. I see Ogun a little bit like Archangel Michael because he's very powerful. So you are definitely protected on the divine realm with the Orishas. It starts with Ogun. And so 3 cards, right, came out. And I am going to clarify them. So we have the 5 of water in the reverse. And then my uncle and aunt is into Orisha and they always tell me, oh yeah, see? I felt it and Ogun was like, yeah, it's me, yo. You got me. Then we have the 9 of air. And we have fairies and sylphs. This is beautiful. So the 5 of water in reverse means that there was a time when the divine masculine has been so-called crying over spilled milk. Like, this is something that the classical tarot deck reading would say, but this is different. This means that you used to feel like you would be almost drowning, okay? So you were fighting to keep your head over the water. But Mother Nature's having your back and says, stop struggling, let go, surrender, have trust. The difficult times where you felt like being under the water are over now because the card came out in reverse. Mother Nature's actually given you a branch and is like, here, I'm helping you. Can you connect to me, please? Maybe to trees and oceans and rivers. Maybe it's time to say a little prayer and a thank you. Also to your guardian angels and the Orishas. To Ogun. Do that. Do something about it. Ask your uncle and aunt if they have anything to tell you how to say thank you to Ogun. If not, you can DM me, you know, like we can text about it. Like I have learned a little bit about it, you know, why not? Then we have the 9, and everything that I'm sharing right now is for the collective, okay? So everyone else who is here, I can imagine that this is resonating. Like to me, it's resonating. We have the 9 of air, the 9 of swords in reverse. So this is like the 9 of swords in reverse. Let me show you like the original card. It's like when you've been in your head. It would take me too long, but I can like explain it. When you are sitting on your bed and you are overthinking because everything was like, oh, what a fuckery, you know, like you are just kind of like, I don't know what to do about it. Like you've been frustrated, you know, but the number 9 is completion. Like the heaviness is over because the next number is the 10. And this means that the next chapter is already ahead. So the struggle, the heaviness is over. Let it go. Stop overthinking. Connect more to the divine feminine frequency, and that is heaven faith, unconditional love, radical forgiveness, and deep compassion. Connect to the divine, to God. When you are also connecting to the Orishas, you also believe in Olodumare, right? And Orunmila. I was having this song today in my mind. Omodara dei, omodara die. Maybe you know it. Omodara dei, omodara die. Olodumare dei, omodara orisha oko. Maybe you can have a walk by the river, listening to music that is grounding you, connecting you to Mother Nature and the water. Say some, you know, like give thanks, count your blessings, and believe in miracles like fairies, because yeah, you know, like we were also talking about this yesterday in another live session. We all struggle, not only men. When it comes to success in career, providing security is, you know, like having this heaviness on our shoulders when it comes to, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You know, like we all have responsibilities, right? More or less. Some people only for themselves, others have families, others are caring, you know, like for their families, if they are the children, the mothers, like whoever, you know, friends. And it's good when you allow yourself to let go of the heaviness that is on your shoulders, because we are our ancestors' wildest dreams, and they didn't go through difficulties for us to struggle. Okay? They didn't only give us their heavy, sad stories that they had to go through hell to blah, 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 to sacrifice themselves. They have also given us powerful DNA and beautiful stories, like, you know, like I allow myself to see that we are golden. Do you allow yourself to turn pain into power and into gold? You know what I mean? So, another card for the collective now. It's gonna be... Hey, beautiful, nice to have y'all here. So, I am feeling called to pick another card. This one is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. The people who know me, they know, and people who don't know, I'm a shaman. I love to, see the world through shamanic eyes. It's actually like connecting to Mother Nature. It's actually like not that big of a big deal. Like, you know, like to me, it's normal. Being natural is normal. Connecting to the sun and the moon and the stars, and, you know, like to birds, you know, like, and spirit animals and like whatever it's. But yeah, since we are living in a world that is so desensitized when it comes to nature, people think that being a shaman would be super exotic. It shouldn't. It should actually be something natural. Everyone can have shamanic, like whatever rituals in their daily lives. Even if it's just smudging, or like having incense sticks and cleansing and protecting your auric field, or like when you are taking a shower. Like whatever it is, you can do all of these things. You don't have to call yourself a shaman to be shamanic. Long story short, I just felt called to say that because it's very important for me to make people feel that you can be everything. It doesn't have to be your job. It's kind of like you can be a great cook, but your job doesn't need to be a cook. You don't have to be a chef to be a great cook. I think that this message was for someone. So, the card of today says flow. Look at that. I see a full moon over there. Do you see it too? No, but really, it looks like a divine feminine, powerful warrior goddess doing some magic during a full moon. So this is for all of us. Let's see. And it's the number 20. The number 20 is very interesting to me. I can imagine that you can relate. What has happened in your life when you've been 20? Feel into that. Because to me, lots of things were happening when I was 20. And I wasn't feeling the freedom to be myself. And now by the age of 37, I am allowing myself to be myself. Even if it's triggering the shit out of people. But just like I said, we are here on a mission, Like the world needs you. So, flow. Let's see what flow says. It's the number 20. I've also heard that the year 2022 feels like a reset of 2020 because it's 2022. Do you get it? Like, I don't know if it's funny or not. Maybe it's sad. Maybe it's hilarious. I don't know. So, let's see. Look at this card again for a second. Now I can read it like this. I need the light. So the essence of the card says, there is a natural movement of events in the world. You can see it in phenomena such as the tide, the ebb and the flow of oceans and rivers that rise up from the earth, then flow to the sea. The symbol of flow represents the effortless and natural movement toward a certain destination. It signifies an ability to gracefully move around obstacles and reminds you of the sense of allowing. The invitation. When flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now is the time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movements and the path of least resistance. Ashe. It's like being within music, flowing within partnership. Think of the artist who creates without guile or craft, calling creativity up from the soul and bringing it to life without effort. Ashe. You are called to be like the river, knowing the fulfillment of destiny is assured. Enjoy the ride. The medicine. Don't try to push against the river or swim upstream right now. You can trust that when the time is right, your dreams will begin to take shape. And you will be invited to dance with destiny. Right now, however, you must relax. Relax. This is not the time to bang on doors that refuse to open. Whatever obstacle is in front of you right now, trust this is for the highest good. Shay, it is an opportunity to regroup and reconsider your choices. And you must trust that your intentions will take form in good time. Consider this time as a gift. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe Odumare. I love that. What I feel from this message, it literally shifted my frequency right now. The message resonated deep within. I hope it did the same to you. So, and this is actually something that I also felt today, is that on the one hand, I have so many plans. I want to do this and I want to do that. And I feel called to do this and I feel called to do that. At the same time, letting go of control, relaxing, doing nothing can sometimes be the most productive thing to do. You are actually just recharging. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to have a good time and enjoy the privilege of being bored. Do you know what I mean? In German, they have this idiom. It says, boredom is luxury. When you don't know what to do, when you have extra time, you can connect to your inner child. Children, when you put them into their room and you are just like, go and play, children find a way to play. They don't need to distract themselves all the time. I can speak for myself. When I allowed myself to stop distracting myself all the time with social media, phone, talking to someone, doing something, always being productive all the time. When I allowed myself to relax, let go of control, let go and let God, breathe, connecting to Mother Nature, having a walk in the park or by the river, listening to the birds. For me, because I am so highly spiritual, it's crucial for me to realize, yes, I identify myself with Starseed, blah, but at the same time, we are located on planet Earth. When we are talking about success and career, stability, feeling safe, when the world outside is super cray-cray, and people are worried and in fear, existential crisis, this and that, it is essential to heal our root chakra. And home can be everywhere. This is something that I have learned. I have learned to feel connected to the thought of having aerial roots. Do you know what I mean? You are not a tree. You can feel home everywhere. The color red is so important when it comes to root chakra. So yeah, when it comes to healing all of our chakras, and this is like my last thought, if you have any questions or if someone else wants me to like pull a card, feel free, like I'm here, you got me. And so I felt something within my heart today and my throat chakra. And there was this heaviness. It was difficult for me to breathe. And I felt this in my shoulders and in my neck, like my back. And I have the feeling that this is a collective, maybe like stress, maybe worries. And I feel it also in my left neck shoulder area. And this is something that sometimes it even feels something like numb, like when you are worrying too much about maybe like people that you love and you want to take care of them and you don't know what to do, I'm here to remind you to lean on God, the universe, the Most High, the ancestors, the guardian angels, whatever you call it, her, him, like it. It's not about the words. Walk by faith and not by sight. say some prayers, give thanks, and realize that you are not alone on this journey, okay? And when it comes to feelings, right now we are in the Mercury retrograde. Pick your battles. Be very, very picky with what kind of people you are exchanging energies, especially when you are a highly sensitive person. You know, like just because you're confident doesn't mean that you're not sensitive. This is something that people confuse. I am highly sensitive. And people think that I wouldn't be because I have this frequency of being super confident. But I am still in my baby steps. When it comes to birthing my creation right now that I feel called to share with like-minded people. But I can only do that when I let go of frequencies and energies that are no longer serving me, to allow myself to do the paradigm shift. Do you know what I mean? Does this resonate? You have to make room. How can you make room? When you let go, bring out the trash, you know, like flush it away. Maybe, you know, like whatever it is, disconnect maybe from some people when you are just realizing that you're walking on eggshells, they are not getting you. Maybe you are not even getting them, you know. Sometimes it's us. Sometimes we have toxic traits. And are you ready to experience ego deaths? Are you ready to let go of pride? Are you ready to, are you ready for a more beautiful life? Thank you, and so are you. Thank you for saying that. Everything that you see within me, that is resonating within you, and you are allowing yourself to feel it. I am here as a reflection for you. I am because you are. We are in this together. It is Ubuntu. It is oneness. The freedom that you are giving me right now to channel these messages for the collective says so much about your frequency right now. Everyone who is here. You know what I mean? I used to grow up with people. I used to vibe with people that I thought that would have been my best friends back in the days. I didn't have the freedom to be this soft version right now because I always had to protect myself. I always had to fight, you know. There was always like, it was always like a war zone, you know, because sometimes you can use millions of words, but people don't get you. And then they give you the feeling that you have to translate your soul. And you are just asking yourself, but why though? And then you take your power back and then you ask yourself, okay, maybe I am not even getting them. And then you realize that it's not even us and them. We are all a society. You know what I mean? We are all in this together. We need the shadow so the light can shine, and the other way around. And it's very, very important, guys. It's so important. I want to pick another card from the Starseed deck. Do you have any questions? If not, we see what the Starseed deck says. And then I'm going to let you go. And then I'm going to come live very soon again, because the Mercury in retrograde is challenging, and I feel called to be there for whoever is vibing with me right now. Y'all must know that when I'm connecting with y'all, I feel less lonely. Like, this is a happy place to me, you know? It's, so thank you. So, we have 3 cards. I will not read from the book. I'm going to just do a quick channeled message. Star ancestors, lost lands, and baby steps. Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And then shine bright like a diamond as fuck. Okay. Glow. The world needs your light. So, we all have star ancestors. I don't know if you're connecting to stories from the pyramids, Sirius, Orion's belt, Isis, Osiris, Ma'at, Kemet, Nubian, Kush. I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I do. I mean, like, obviously I have a pyramid over there. So I created that, like, on the new moon in Aquarius. I had a very difficult day, and I just needed to create something, you know, because I was very sad that day. This is why that pyramid even like was created. So, star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. When you're still here, you are an old soul. And you have star ancestors. This means that your ancestors don't need to be your flesh. Your ancestors can even be your star ancestors, like on other realms, dimensions, past lives. It's possible that it's in your DNA, but don't hold on too much on the physical realm. This is what I feel called to say. You know, we are all stars, wrapped in skin. The light that you've been seeking has always been within. Ashe. So, when you're looking up, yes, I know we are not living in places where we can see the stars like they should be seen, you know, because of the air pollution and stuff. But still, there's magic in the air and there's magic in the skies. When you think about ancient tribes, you know, like the Native Americans, Aborigines, all of them, you know, like they are doing this up there, you know, like star ancestors. Then lost lands. Maybe you can channel into this, like see how it feels. It says, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Ancient one. Powerful. So, there are lost lands that in the normal world we are not allowed to know about. Forbidden knowledge, ancient wisdom. I believe in Atlantis. I believe in Lemuria. I believe in so many other fairy tale stories that I believe that are actually true. Maybe you know about the Taínos. Super interesting. It's, you know, like in the Caribbeans. It's also connected to Atlantis stories, and then it's connected to the Yoruba, and then it's connected to the pyramids, and then it's connected to the Persians, and then it's connected to the sun, moon, stars. It's all connected. So, do your own research. I am just activating this within you. Meditate on it, pray it, DM me or write it down in the comments within the next days. Let me know whatever is, you know, like I can imagine that you're going to receive channeled messages too. Last card, baby steps. So, it says, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. This is also beautiful. So it's also saying that, I want you to really look at the picture. So what I see on this is that there's a portal in front of you. It's kind of like a big door. You have no idea what is behind that, but your intuition is telling you, trust. Whatever is behind that door is beautiful. It looks celestial to me. It looks like magic. It's a frequency that is shimmering and glittering, and maybe you can have a spiritual bath these days. Maybe you can meditate into it. Maybe you can like light up some candles, listen to powerful, calm, binaural beats, meditation frequency. If you don't know like which ones, I can send you a playlist, because This frequency reminds me of my own celestial highs. Like when you find yourself being on this meditative, like it's the best trip. A friend of mine just said the other day, Sahil from India, he's like, it's the best trip without drugs. So when you let go and let God, walk by faith and not by sight, and follow your intuition, connect to source energy. Sometimes people ask me where I have all of these thoughts from. It's from source. It's God. You know what I mean? So activate that. Awaken the goddess within you. Awaken the God within you. Awaken the celestial ancient soul within you, the king and the queen. And shine your light and trust your power. The world needs you. Ashe Odumare. So, thank you all so much for being here. May the love and the peace of the ancestors be with all of us. Ashe. May the power and the spirit of confidence, peace of mind, relaxation, and healing superpowers locate us in the name of the Orishas and the guardian angels. Yeah, and the protection. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe Odumare. So enjoy the full moon in Cancer. Emotions are energy in motion. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's beautiful. Be your true authentic self. And I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.